What's up, guys? Mickle here, and the FTX situation just keeps on getting crazier and crazier. Guys, in this video, I want to break down some brand new developments that is going on right now with the FTX situation. And guys, this thing has Gary Gensler's name written all over it. So honestly, at this point, the worse it gets, the better it is for us. Because guys, I have a feeling Gary Gensler is not going to be able to escape this. And ultimately, this is going to force him to step down from the SEC. Towards the end of this video, I also want to show you a crazy find that attorney Fred found in one of the SEC's amicus briefs in support of their motion against Ripple. Guys, I want to show you something crazy that could show the SEC is giving up in this case. What attorney Fred found here is really going to show you that the SEC is not very confident in their position that XRP is a security. Make sure to stick around till the end of the video to see that. You're not going to want to miss it. Like always, guys, your support means so much to this channel. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below and turn on bell notifications. These three simple things are going to go such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys ever looking for a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out the link for Uphold down in the description below. Uphold is my favorite exchange and a great place to buy and sell XRP. With that said though, guys, let's jump right into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. Real quick, guys, you do not want to miss out on the insane promotion MooMoo is running right now. If you sign up with MooMoo right now using the link in the description of this video, you could win up to 15 free stocks, and your chance of winning a share of Tesla is actually doubled right now. You will also get $10 put directly into your account by MooMoo. And guys, MooMoo has some great features. They have advanced charting tools, a great way to visualize companies' financials, and even real-time level 2 market data. So guys, do not miss out on this promotion. Go get your free stocks, go get your $10, and sign up with MooMoo now using the link in the description of this video. So guys, if you don't know what's currently going on between Gary Gensler and FTX, definitely check out the video I did last night. I really break it down in depth, but I think this picture makes it nice and easy. For those of you who don't remember exactly what's going on or just need a refresher, essentially Sam Bankman-Fried was an MIT graduate. Gary Gensler was a former professor at MIT, and it just so happens that one of Gary Gensler's close friends at MIT also happened to be the CEO of FTX's father. Now, you guys have probably thought that Sam Bankman-Fried was the CEO of FTX. He's actually not. It's actually this girl right here, Caroline Ellison, and guys, she was bad. I watched a couple of interviews of this girl just talking about FTX in general, and she had no idea what she was talking about. She was talking about how she doesn't use stop losses when she's trading. She was bragging about how nothing they do at FTX is really that complex and it's all simple math, and then went on to talk about how they don't really have a lot of risk management strategies, and they really are just full sending everything. Guys, it was a shocking interview, and I think if people really looked into what was going on at FTX a lot closer during the years leading up to this total bust, I think people would have saw a ton of red flags. I think people just saw a lot of high net worth people and a lot of smart people investing into FTX and assumed those people did their research, therefore FTX is probably safe. Well, guys, the more shocking thing about all of this, honestly, is the fact that Gary Gensler was so closely tied to FTX. Gary Gensler had countless meetings with Sam Bankman-Fried and other people high up in FTX in the months and weeks leading up to FTX's bust. Gary Gensler knew exactly what was happening at FTX and gave him a regulatory-free path to try to dominate the cryptocurrency industry. The most likely reason for that is Sam Bankman-Fried was actually making a lot of donations to Gary Gensler's political party. So essentially what is going on here is Sam Bankman-Fried paid off Gary Gensler to give him a regulatory free pass of the cryptocurrency market. And guys, the only reason Sam got caught and Gary got caught in this is because FTX ended up going bust. What we see right here is Gary Gensler is making more backroom deals. He's making shady deals behind the scenes, and the only reason people found out about this is because it blew up in his face. Well, guys, the good news is I don't think Gary Gensler is going to be able to escape from this. We have already seen a ton of different politicians putting a lot of pressure on Gary Gensler about this. And guys, when ours take the House, they already said they're going to call Gary Gensler in for a ton of investigations, and I just don't see how there's any way Gary Gensler is going to stay at the SEC during that. Well, guys, there's been some more very interesting developments in this whole FTX situation. Just today, we had Sam Bankman-Fried leaving the country, going to Argentina. Why the US is letting this person escape the country and go to Argentina, I have no idea, but now he's there. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's trying to go into hiding. It's pretty wild that they even let him go to Argentina. I'm sure they didn't specifically let him, but they still let him leave the country pretty much. So this is pretty shocking. I think it just shows that he knows he's guilty. He's essentially on the run now. Pretty wild, and this is essentially his flight record of his private jet. So we can see here he is leaving the Bahamas and straight to Argentina. Pretty wild. It's literally a chase. And guys, just today, things got even crazier. On top of that, we are now watching a heist of FTX. There is over $4 million stolen from FTX just today. And guys, FTX already had an $8 billion hole in their balance sheet from blowing up. So now not only do they have this massive hole in their balance sheet, but the little assets they did have left are now getting looted. Guys, this is absolutely wild. This is going to make an insane movie one day. Now, I don't want this to get worse for anyone who lost their funds, but honestly, the more attention this gets, the more crazy stories we see come out of this, the more pressure it's going to put on Gary Gensler, because at the end of the day, he was at the center of this, and the more breaking headlines we see like this of funds getting stolen from FTX and Sam Bankman leaving the country, the more scrutiny it's going to put on Gary Gensler, because more people are just going to hear about the situation. Ultimately, I really do hope this just completely blows up in Gary Gensler's face. And earlier today, we actually had Hester Peirce comment on the situation. And guys, I think what Hester Peirce had to say about this was actually pretty shocking. Listen up what Hester Peirce has to say here, because I think it's really going to expose how sketchy the SEC's behavior has been over the last couple years. And she all but admits it in this interview.
I think the questions around lack of jurisdictional clarity are partly our fault, because we've had opportunities, we've been asked time and again to provide more clarity about where our jurisdiction lies, and we've not done so, and that's part of the reason that you all have the questions that you have right now. We've been unwilling to work with people in the industry and people who are interested in participating in the industry to develop guidelines that make sense for the industry. We've instead preferred to take an approach that's rooted in enforcement, and often the enforcement actions come very late, and they come after relatively small actors in the market, and it's just not a good way to do the hard work of thinking about what a framework would actually look like. It would certainly be helpful to get Congress's decisions around who they think should be regulating in this area. If they think the SEC should be regulating these crypto trading platforms, for example, to get that directive from Congress would be quite helpful.
So guys, Hester Peirce admits right there that the SEC did absolutely nothing to prevent this situation from happening. The SEC has refused to give any clear rules to the market, and because of that, exchanges like FTX get free passes from our government and can do whatever they want. There's no clear rules, and at the end of the day, this is why Ripple is gonna have fair notice gold against the SEC. We now have multiple instances of Hester Peirce herself coming out and saying that the SEC has not done their job, they have not provided fair notice to the industry for what is allowed and what is not allowed, and guys, this just plays perfectly into Ripple's case. Obviously, nothing has been clear. Every time Gary Gensler says it's clear, it's a lie. The only thing that is clear about Gary Gensler is that he is going to make backroom deals with the companies he wants to win. He's going to try to pick the winners and losers in the cryptocurrency industry. And guys, it could not be any better for us that this blew up in his face. If Gary Gensler didn't get caught, he would have thought he could keep getting away with this. He would have kept on trying to do things like this. But guys, now the walls are closing in on him. He's not going to be able to escape this. And that is a great sign for Ripple ultimately putting the finishing blow to Gary Gensler and destroying him in this case. So guys, I want to finish this video off and show you something pretty wild that Attorney Fred found in one of the amicus briefs actually favoring the SEC. There was actually two parties that submitted amicus briefs in defense of the SEC, and what Attorney Fred found is it actually looks like the SEC hired someone to ghostwrite one of these amicus briefs. The main reason he thinks this is a lot of the language is the same in this amicus brief versus what the SEC said in their own brief, but something else he found that is pretty wild is that the law firm that wrote one of the amicus briefs is actually right across the street from the SEC. Well, guys, what can we learn about this? Well, there is actually a very interesting paragraph in this amicus brief supporting the SEC, and it all but admits that the SEC is very unsure about the position they're sitting in right now. Take a look at this. While it seems unlikely that the court will find sufficient consumptive intent for XRP, if it does, then at minimum, we urge the court to differentiate XRP from other cryptocurrencies to prevent an all-sweeping generalization that could incentivize future buyers to own crypto under the guise of a safe investment. Guys, right here, the SEC is begging the court in a very convoluted way, please, if you do find that XRP does have utility, and if you do find that XRP is not a security, please make it clear that it's just XRP so we don't lose jurisdiction over the entire crypto industry. Guys, this is absolutely crazy. This is from the law firm that is neighbors with the SEC. And right here, I think we learn that the SEC is now very worried about them losing this case and losing jurisdiction over the entire crypto industry. This is one of the reasons I personally thought the SEC would settle this case. I didn't think this was a risk they would be willing to take. It doesn't really make any sense to me. Why not just settle this case with Ripple and assure yourself that this won't happen? The SEC is taking a gamble here that the court won't screw the SEC out of all future crypto cases. They have no idea if that's going to happen, but this right here is a desperate attempt to try to prevent it. Right here, they are saying if XRP does have utility, which it obviously does, and the court finds that, then please make sure you say that's only XRP. Guys, this is wild. I am fully on board with what Attorney Fred is pointing out here. I have a feeling that the SEC did ghostwrite this because, guys, at the end of the day, we have 14 amicus briefs in support of Ripple, and I think the SEC got very desperate and was just trying to pay someone off to do one for them. Guys, I hope this shows you how bad of a place the SEC is really in. The fact that they are even taking the precautions to do something like this shows that they are very worried about their chances of winning this and are really preparing for the worst case scenario. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone has a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.